Ah, what a beautiful morning. Sunlight danced through the trees, and the river sparkled as tiny fish darted through the water. Birds chirped softly, filling the forest with life. High on the riverbank, hidden among reeds and willow trees, lived Milo, a hardworking beaver with chestnut-brown fur that glistened in the morning dew. Strong teeth and even stronger determination had earned him a reputation as the most skilled dam builder in the forest. Milo had built his dam carefully over many seasons. It kept his home safe from floods, created a calm pond for fishing, and sheltered his family from the forest's dangers. Every morning, he would inspect every branch and log, ensuring the dam remained sturdy. Though many animals admired him, few knew Milo's secret pride. He loved building more than anything else. Watching the water rise behind his dam, seeing the pond thrive, filled him with joy. He often whispered to himself, "Nature provides, and I will protect it." The forest seemed peaceful that morning, but soon Milo would discover that even the most careful hearts could be tempted by greed. One morning, Milo explored a bend in the river he had never visited before. The water here was deeper and flowed more slowly, sparkling under the sunlight like liquid crystal. Schools of fish swam lazily near the surface, while water plants swayed gently in the calm current. Milo's eyes widened with curiosity as he looked at the peaceful stretch of water. "If I extend my dam here," he murmured softly, the idea slowly forming in his mind. Carefully, Milo began adding a few extra branches to his dam. As he worked, the water behind it rose slightly, and the pond started to look even richer than before. Soon, he realized that by extending the dam just a little, he could hold more fish, more plants, and more life in the pond. At first, Milo remained cautious. He added only enough wood to raise the water slightly. His family enjoyed the growing abundance, and the pond around them thrived. Everything seemed perfect, and Milo felt proud of what he had created. But deep inside, a small and almost unnoticeable feeling had begun to grow. A quiet desire for more. Days passed, and Milo's small additions became logs, then piles, then entire sections of new dam built across the river. "If I just add one more log, the pond could be endless," he thought. At first, he felt harmless excitement. More water meant more fish for his family. But slowly, Milo began taking more than necessary. He hoarded fish in hidden corners of the pond, blocking small streams from reaching other animals' homes. Nearby rabbits noticed their burrows filling with water. Birds clung to swaying branches as their nests teetered. Even foxes avoided the pond, sensing something unnatural. But Milo, absorbed in his growing wealth, hardly noticed. The forest whispered warnings in every rustle and ripple, but Milo ignored them. Greed had taken root. One morning, the wise old turtle Tara crawled to Milo's pond. Her shell was streaked with age, and her eyes reflected centuries of forest knowledge. "Milo," she said, "you are taking more than the river can give. You must stop before the forest suffers." Milo shook his head. "Tara, I am careful. Look at my pond. It is perfect. No one is harmed." Even perfection can fall. Remember, the forest always teaches in the end. You may not like the lesson. Milo ignored her warning. Each day he added more wood. Logs were stacked higher. Branches crisscrossed carefully to hold back the river. Water behind the dam swelled, rising higher than ever. Weeks passed. The forest trembled under the pressure of the swollen river. Rainstorms arrived, pounding the river with relentless force. Milo's dam groaned, cracks formed, and water seeped dangerously through tiny gaps. Nearby animals fled to higher ground. Rabbits abandoned burrows. Birds abandoned nests. Foxes climbed steep hills to avoid the rising water. Milo celebrated each new fish he caught and each branch he stacked. He thought he was building the greatest dam in history, yet the forest, patient and alive, waited for the inevitable lesson. One stormy night, the skies darkened. Thunder rolled across the mountains, and sheets of rain hammered the forest. The river surged with unstoppable force. Cracks in the dam widened. Logs slipped. Water pressure built beyond Milo's imagining. With a tremendous crash, the dam gave way. Water rushed through the forest like a silver storm, sweeping away Milo's hoarded fish, secret piles of wood, and even part of his home. Trees uprooted. Rabbits Rabbits and foxes ran screaming. Birds were blown from their nests. Milo barely clung to a rock, shivering, watching helplessly as everything he had built was destroyed. By dawn, the forest was quiet. Animals cautiously returned to assess the damage. Milo sat on a fallen log, soaked and ashamed. He finally understood Tara's warning. Taking too much from nature destroys everything, even the things you love most. Greed had blinded him, and the forest had suffered. Determined to make amends, Milo carefully rebuilt his dam, taking only what he needed. He shared the pond with other animals, planted saplings along the riverbank, and restored water flow to the forest. Slowly, the forest healed. Fish returned. Birds nested safely. Rabbits and foxes rebuilt their homes. Milo learned to work in balance with the forest, not against it. Greed can destroy everything we work so hard to build. When we take more than we need, we upset the balance of the world around us and create consequences we may not foresee. True harmony comes from patience, from care, and from knowing our limits. By respecting the environment, by respecting others, and by taking only what is necessary, we allow life to flourish. Abundance grows naturally when we act with balance, while selfishness and greed leave emptiness in their wake. Remember, greed brings loss. Balance brings life.